Good morning, everybody. It's Oron K. No, it's Chris, but Oron K account back here. In this video, we're going to take a look at where we're at after 40 days. You guys can see right here, total logins were on 41, but I haven't done anything on this day yet. So we're at the start of day 41. So we're going to go over a few things in this video. Number one, we're going to go over everything that we've done in the first 40 days. So we'll see where we're at with Cloud and Charlotte. And then we're going to talk about all the things that you should be looking at focusing on this week, especially if you've been following along with my account here with Cloud, Charlotte, and also Tifa, and then another unit. So we'll talk about how you should approach Trials of Reckoning and the different events this week, how you should be spending your energy and ordering everything. And then at the end of the video, we have some big news about this account, and stay tuned for that. If you guys like the video, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, and let's get into it. So, all right, so the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna head over to our units. We're just gonna see where we're at here with Charlotte and Cloud. I want to show you guys where we're at after just 40 days. So Charlotte, we did end up getting to 120 here with Charlotte, still leveling her up. I'm short on some of those lightning, whatever they are, statues that you need to max her out. So she's at 120, that'll help a lot. Cloud, we're sitting here right at 115. We're at job level 22, so we have 49 out of 40, so we need another 20 and another 120. So we're about 130 shards short of, or 150 shards short of EXing 120 Cloud. So now that we're pretty much done with all of these summon banners and the random shards, we're going to be buying Cloud shards anytime we can to try and get him to that 120. So if you don't have Cloud to 120, it's safe to go ahead and buy Cloud shards, bring him up to 120, get them up to speed. Any shards that end up going on that overflow will end up going towards Tifa. Obviously, if you don't have Tifa already 120, which I don't, you can see here I have Tifa at 79. So any of those shards that go overflow, those mind spheres, we can eventually use on Tifa, so they won't be a waste. One other thing I do want to mention that I noticed here that I wasn't planning on talking about, but you can see my Cloud's bravery is actually at 76. Try and get this up to 97 in order to max damage with Cloud. Any physical attacker, you want to have 97. Actually, any unit in the game, actually, you want to have 97 bravery. If you guys have questions about that, let me know in the comments section below. But basically, you have to use a samurai unit, use the meditation ability, and there's some TMRs that also do it as well. But if you don't have those TMRs, like you're a new player, you don't have Cecil's TMR, it can be a little harder to do that. All right, the next thing I want to talk about here is the Guard Scorpion. So if you guys are following along, if you went for Cloud, obviously you should have pulled for this Scorpion Sentinel, Guard Scorpion, whatever it is, and maxing it out. So we did get that to level 99. We maxed it out to get all these pretty bonuses. That's great and everything. I'll go over to my Espers. I'll show you where the Guard Scorpion is at in terms of level. I'd have a 71 out of 80 here, and then we'll be getting it 3-star. We do have some extra Magicite, which we will spend on this to level it up. Another thing I wanted to mention too, if you go over to summon here, you do get a free UR summon this every day this week too, so make sure you take advantage of that. We won't do this right now, but in this ticket summon list, now if you're a new player, don't forget that they've given us a lot of these select tickets in here. So you have Awakening Prisms, you have Fragments of Thought, you have Alchrist. So make sure you come in here, take a look at what you have. See, we have 300 Alchrist statues. We also have XL Magicite, so if you're needing to level up that Guard Scorpion, you can go in here, you can summon and choose Yellow Magicite. And then we also have some select unit shard tickets that you might have down here. I still have a select UR unit summit ticket on this account, select unit shard ticket. So make sure you come in here and you aren't forgetting that they've given you a lot of tickets as a new player to use, and make sure that you're using these whenever you want. One thing I do want to mention on these select UR summon tickets is these do seem to be updating. So I think you can actually hold on to these if you want to get newer units, but I'm not entirely sure on that. Maybe someone can let me know in the comments section below. Okay, there's one more thing I wanted to talk about here. If we head over to the shop for this week, this was actually in the shop last week, but this is something I should have mentioned before, is if we go down here, I believe it's in the top 1.5 year anniversary shop. No, it's in the other one. It's in the part 2 shop. If I scroll down here, there's a smart coat +5 barrier. Oron J did mention this before. I've talked about it many times on this channel. The smart coat is one of the best MR pieces of gear in the game. Save yourself a lot of trouble and buy this for 2000 Visuor if you're a new player. You definitely want this. This is going to be probably one of your best pieces of armor for a really long time if you pick this up. At the end of the video, I picked this up, so at the end of the video we're actually going to go through how you max this out, how you get guaranteed max stats on this every single time. Okay, last thing I want to talk about is how you should be approaching this week with the Trials of Reckoning and where you should be spending your energy. If I go over here to the far plane, we're actually not going to talk about the Trials of Reckoning first. The first thing I want to talk about is I want to go down here, and I'm assuming you already have your Buster Sword maxed out. This is going to be your first priority for Cloud. So if you can't do the Brutal Difficulty quest yourself, which you can see, I haven't tried it since I've leveled up my units a little bit, so I might be able to do this, but it's not going to be easy to farm. You can do it through multi-quest. So multi-quest is how I did it for this account to get that +5 Buster Sword. Again, you still have 26 days as well on the Buster Sword. Something that is a little bit more limited is right here, Equipment Training Quest for the Coral Sword. You can see I actually did complete the Brutal Difficulty for the Coral Sword, and the reason we want to pick this up is because this is the best weapon for Charlotte. Farm this as much as you can. Make sure you get enough materials in order to get that +5. So if I go over here to my gear, I have already built a +4. I'm not all the way to a +5. You can see I have this level 40 +4 that's ready to go to craft into a +5 or use to craft into a +5. You can see the lightning attack up on here. You can see the slash attack up on here. Fantastic weapon for Charlotte. You definitely want to pick up a +5 of this for Charlotte. I'm actually going to try and farm 2 of these in order to have a second just high level sword for any other slash unit that I have on this account, like even Mont could use a +5 Coral Sword. Alright, heading back over to the far plane, I want to talk about the Trials of Reckoning, and this is the last thing I would handle. Because as a new player, it's going to be a little bit harder to complete the hard boss. You probably won't be able to do the hard boss. In case you're a new player, you don't know how these events work and what you should be doing, and there's a lot here. What these are called are box events in these gacha games. So the basic breakdown is you're going to go into these quests, and you can see there's normal 1 through 5, and then there's hard 1 through 5. The basic breakdown of this is you farm these normal or hard quests for tickets. You use those tickets in order to enter boss fights. The boss drops medals that you can use for this event summon right here, and this is how you're going to pick up a lot of these rewards from this event. So that's the basic breakdown. Now as a new player, you see this is going on through 921. I would hold on to all of your boss tickets as a new player. Don't even bother with the boss. Like, you maybe can come in here and do the normal boss. Like, I think I completed the normal boss 1 time, but I'm holding on to the rest of my tickets. So as a brand new player, you want to hold on to all these tickets simply because in 2 weeks or so, your account is going to be vastly different. I mean, you can look at how different my account is than it was the last time we did a video on this account. I mean, it's vastly different. We have a 120 Charlotte, we have a 115 Cloud. By the end of this, we'll probably have, you know, within a week, we'll have a 120 Cloud. We'll have that +5 Coral Sword. It's going to make this boss battle a lot easier. So that would be my advice as a new player. Don't bother really spending a lot of energy or anything in here. You can farm these Trials of Reckoning tickets and build up a bunch of those tickets and then fight the boss a bunch of times. Make sure you do come in here and do hard 5 3 times per day and hard 4 3 times per day. That's for all players, not just new players. These do drop more tickets per energy than the other quests. If you're looking to save time, hard 3 actually will give you tickets faster, but per energy, it will be normal 5 will give you the most tickets. So if you do end up getting that +5 Coral Sword, you have your +5 Buster Sword, you have like a +5 Guard Rod also from Aerith's event, then you can come in here and either farm normal 5 or hard 3, build up a bunch of tickets, and then in like the last day or 2 of this event, that's when you're going to want to hammer that boss and get your high scores as high as you can, have your team as strong as it could possibly be for this event, for those boss fights. Last thing, we're going to head over to our equipment. We're actually going to level up that smart coat, and then we're going to get out of here. So you can see this is that smart coat +5 that I bought. The way that equipment works in this game is essentially every time you level it up, every single stat has a certain chance to go up, and these stats like defense, spirit, evade, all these ones that only go up 1 per level have a much lower chance to go up. So these have a much lower chance of going up. But the thing about armor is if we max out HP first, what it actually does is there's like a pity system, which means if HP is maxed out, that guarantees that on each level up, you will get at least one of these leveling up as well. So the too long didn't listen thing of that is max out HP, and these will be guaranteed to go up. So we want to try and max out HP as quickly as possible. So just like our maxing out the Buster Sword, the thing I'm going to do is I'll go just to 20. I usually go 10 at a time or 15 at a time. We'll just go to 20 right off the start. The stat that we really are looking for here is going to be Spirit, because the smart code Spirit magic attack resistance. So we enhance this. We're going to use HP, Spirit, and we'll just throw defense on there just so we can max out that 4 defense also. So we really want to get this HP maxed out as soon as possible. So you can see it went up here. So our Spirit went up to 6. So the idea here is we need to have enough levels left over that we can guarantee this is going to max out. HP can go up 15 per hammer, which means we need to get within 150 HP of this maximum. So we'll go another 10 levels to 30 here and see where we're at. And the reason why we do it this way is because number one, we're guaranteeing ourselves maximum stats on the piece of equipment, and we're also seeing if we can save seals on the back side of this. Okay, so now we can see we need 12 spirit and we need 1 evade, which means we only need 13 levels. We have 20 to give. So if I go back here to my smith, what I can actually do is I can use my HP hammers here. And you can see I can max out HP right here. You might be saying, why would I want to do this? Well, this also depends on HP hammers are going to end up being one of those things where you have a lot more HP hammers than you have of like attack, defense, and spirit hammers, simply because these stats are a little more valuable. In HP, you may have a lot more of these hammers. So I'm going to use 9 HP hammers. I think I could probably go a couple more levels, but I just want to show you guys how this works for the sake of argument. So if I go ahead and smith this, we max out the HP. You're going to see what happens here when I level up. So I'm just going to go 1 level. And what you're going to notice is this will guarantee to give me either spirit or evade. And I don't need to use seals either, because it's a guarantee. So you see spirit went up 1. So watch, if I do 4 more levels, don't need to do seals here anymore. So again, we're saving seals by maxing out that early. Spirit goes up by 4. So we have guaranteed drops. We only need to go 8 more levels. So we go to 43. Actually, don't need to waste. Let's not waste XP. Okay. So no seals. So we saved ourselves a ton of seals on the backside of this. Max stats, and we did not even have to go to level 50 for this. So there are some pieces of gear, I believe, that you have to get to level 50 in order to get a bonus here. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but you don't have to max out the level to max out the stats on the piece of gear. So anyway, when you're maxing out your smart coat, look for that cutoff point where you can max out HP, and then you can get those guaranteed drops. You can see I maxed it out by level 43. And I might have been able to optimize that a little bit better, but again, for the sake of demonstration, I wanted to max out that HP early. Okay guys, anyway, that's it for this video, and the last thing I wanted to mention is that I did talk about for the RNK account last time that I was going to be deleting this account after Final Fantasy VII. A lot of you guys said in the comments section, no, don't delete it. So I will let you know I am looking into a way in which I can just give away the account. I want to make sure that it's on the level and everything and that it's okay to do that, but I will be looking into doing that at the end of the event, so stay tuned for news on that. Thanks for watching, guys, and we will catch you next time. Ooh. Yeah. In case you guys are wondering how old I am, yes, I drink herbal tea before bed. I eat oatmeal in the morning. The only thing that's missing is the Centromata zinc and the Metamucil.